Now, also, like we mentioned before, we don't use your wireless signal coming from your wireless router. A couple reasons why is one, your wireless router has to handle a whole lot of traffic, a lot of different things connecting to it. And as more and more things connect to your wireless router, what happens to your bandwidth or the speed of that internet connection?
Slows down.
It slows down. It starts to get bogged down because we're stressing it. We're adding more and more components. Not cool when you're trying to stream music all over your house. The other thing is, what happens as you get further and further away from that wireless router?
Gets weaker?
It gets weaker, kind of like the bars on your cell phone. It just starts getting weaker and weaker. Well, with Sonos, we don't have those issues. Because with Sonos, we have what we call our SonosNet 2.0, or in more practical terms, it's a mesh network. What that means is every piece of Sonos is not only a receiver, but it's also a repeater. So the more pieces of Sonos you put in your house, the stronger your Sonos network gets. The stronger it gets, and that's what gives us the ability to be able to connect up to 32 components of Sonos in one house. Most other companies, they start to lose out after anywhere between 2 and 4 pieces in your home because they're relying on your wireless network, the wireless signal coming from your router. We don't. We create our own signal, and it just gets stronger and stronger the more pieces you put in your home. So some other really cool additional features around Sonos that I'd like to cover really quick. One is, we get this a lot, well, what makes Sonos any different or any better than an iPod dock? Well, quite a few things. One is, with Sonos, we can play all the music on Earth. We can play over 100,000 internet radio stations. With an iPod dock, you're playing what's on your iPod. As far as being able to play music from your PC, Mac, or NAS drive, again, with Sonos you can. With an iPod dock, you get whatever's been put into the dock. Being able to stream over a dozen different streaming services like Pandora, Rhapsody, Slacker, Spotify, Sirius XM, Rdio, all of these different ones, and be able to do it at the same time in different rooms. Again, we can, an iPod dock can. And then, no need to dock something like your iPhone or your iPod in the dock. You don't dock anything with Sonos. You use your iPhone or you use your iPod Touch to just control all the music in your home, not have it anchored to just one player. Some other cool things around this is that more and more people are using their iPhone as their iPod. So what happens in the event, say it's me and my wife, she's got the iPhone. It's great when she's home and we're listening to music, but what happens when she has to go to work? I don't get to listen to any music because she took the iPhone if all I have is an iPod dock. Sonos, you don't have to worry about that. The other thing is, what happens if you are using, say, your iPhone in an iPod dock for your music and you get a phone call? Yeah, the music stops. Everything stops, take the phone call, all of that, and you put it back in. You don't have to worry about that with Sonos. So when you have customers that come in looking for an iPod dock, all we're asking is, we're not saying, no, don't sell it to them. All we're saying is, show your customer another solution. Just say, I know you came in for an iPod dock, and they do this and this and this. Do you mind if I also show you this other company named Sonos? And for the same price point as a premium iPod dock, that $299 and $399 price point, here's another solution that allows you to play millions more songs than any iPod dock ever thought of. Sound cool?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let the customer decide. Just present it, let the customer decide for themselves. Now, if you have a customer that they love Sonos, they love the idea of it, but they still say, but I want a dock, I love a dock. Well, we make one. And the cool thing is it's wireless. Simply just plug it in, press the one button like we did on the bridge, and it connects to your system. Now, when we're talking about being wireless, that means you can put it anywhere in the house. It doesn't have to be in any certain room, wherever it's convenient for you. The other thing, some other cool things is, one, we have high performance, all digital sound. We do not do any digital to analog conversions in our iPod dock. And I challenge you to find any other company, especially under the $150 price point, that doesn't convert the sound from digital to analog before it sends it off to the next player or whatever it's connected to. It's also got a built-in fast charger that'll charge virtually any iPhone or any iPod normally in less than an hour. So it does have some benefits there. Some other cool things is we also have what we call autoplay. So maybe you've set this up, maybe it's convenient that it's right there in your kitchen. And you've gone out jogging and you got your iPod or your iPhone, you're listening to your music, and you come in from your jogging and you take your earbuds out and you're in the middle of your favorite song. Well, no worries. Take your earbuds off, take that iPhone or iPod, drop it right into our dock. Not only will it pick up and start playing from where it left off, it will automatically start playing in whatever room you've assigned it to autoplay in. So you don't even have to touch a controller or anything. Drop it in, starts playing. One other advantage of the iPod dock is maybe you have a certain service that you like to listen to that isn't connected with Sonos yet. Maybe you love NPR music. NPR music, if you've got it on your iPhone or your iPod Touch, again, you can play that, drop it in the dock, and put it on your Sonos network. Because now you can play that in any room or through the entire house. Cool?
Yes.
You know, some other advantages of Sonos over some of the other technologies out there. I know we hear a lot about the latest with Bluetooth, the latest with AirPlay, and really we've got a lot of added benefits over those two. One is, we don't have to worry about chewing up battery life. You know, when you're doing Bluetooth or AirPlay, especially from a smart device, it's on the whole time while it's streaming that music. And you can literally sometimes watch your battery level move right before your eyes. The other thing we don't have to worry about is distance issues like you do with like Bluetooth devices. Now, a lot of Bluetooth devices are also more of a portable device, but if you get further than 30 feet away, the sound stops. Again, you don't have to worry about that with Sonos. And the other cool thing is with Sonos, you know, we can have music all over the house versus these Bluetooth and AirPlay devices are a one-way device. That means I've got my source, which is, say it's my iPhone, and it's going to stream that one song to that one device. So it's only good for one room, and that's it. Whereas with Sonos, again, you can play one song in one room, one song in another, play it all over the house. But here's a kind of an explanation of those from the New York Times.
Hi everybody, I'm Sam Grobart, Personal Technology Editor for the New York Times and music lover. Now, if you really want to enjoy music properly, you want to do it in a space that's been expressly designed for that purpose. Like here, at the Rose Theater Jazz at Lincoln Center, which was built from the ground up to sound amazing. It has a lot of different things contributing to that, including a very sophisticated retractable shell ceiling and an acoustical system of ribbons and banners which can be adjusted to whatever your needs. All of this is done so that the sound on stage can reach every seat in the house. Unfortunately, we don't get to live in Rose Theater, but when we're at home, we're probably looking for something different anyway. Something more convenient, just the ability to get music from here or here onto something like one of these. The simplest way to do this is using Bluetooth. The Jawbone from Jambox is dead simple to set up. You simply pair it with your phone and you're able to play music within about 15 seconds. Something like this costs about $199, and the sound is pretty good, but you're limited by Bluetooth's range, which is about 30 feet. Another wireless audio standard is Apple's AirPlay system, which works with devices like this, Bowers & Wilkins Zeppelin Air, which costs about $600, although there are other devices for far less. AirPlay is a little bit more complicated to set up than Bluetooth, and if you have fear of your Wi-Fi network and its options and settings, you should stay away. Last are devices from companies like Sonos, which make their own network which works independent of your Wi-Fi network or Bluetooth or anything else. Sonos products start at about $299 and go up from there. And they do have some advantages, including the ability to send different music to different speakers, and you can incorporate all of your different music sources, whether it's iTunes or Spotify or Mog or Rhapsody, into one unified playlist and then play it all together through one of these. So what devices like these offer us are easy, high-quality wireless audio solutions. And they really can actually fill the room. Well, depending on the room you're in.
So again, it gives you an idea of the different technologies that are available out there and the advantages with a Sonos system. So, but we might have a customer that says, but I love AirPlay. I wish you could incorporate AirPlay into your Sonos system. Well, you can, because we support AirPlay. Apple's our friends. We support AirPlay. We've come up with a AirPlay solution, which again is what I call kind of putting AirPlay on steroids. The reason I say that is because all you have to do to add AirPlay to your Sonos network is pick up an Apple's Airport Express. It runs $99, but in the long run, it's actually a more economical way as well, instead of having to pay for it in every single piece. You buy the one piece, you incorporate it into your Sonos network, and now here's what makes AirPlay different with Sonos than anybody else, is now we can not only fling it to one of our speakers, but we can play AirPlay through the entire house. So you can take that song and listen to it in the living room, or take that song, listen to it in the bedroom, or take that song, listen to it out on the patio, or at the push of a button, listen to that song through your entire house all at the same time. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, so we take AirPlay to the next level. Super easy to set up. You take your Airport Express, you plug it in. It does have an auxiliary out, and in fact, all the cables required here come with your Sonos gear. So when you buy it, you don't have to worry about getting any extra cables. You just take that auxiliary out, put it into the auxiliary in on the back of any one of our Sonos components, except for the Play 3. Play 3 doesn't have that ability, but all of our other ones do have a line in. Pop it in, take an Ethernet cable, put it in the Ethernet port here, plug it into the back of any one of our systems. That now puts Apple's Airport Express on the Sonos network, which we truly believe is much more robust and much more stable. Once you've done that, now whatever you want to play, you've got the option. It says Sonos right here. Maybe it's still NPR, maybe it's MLB.com, but you can fling it using AirPlay into your Sonos network and then play it in any room in the house, or have it play through the whole house at the same time. Pretty cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, we take AirPlay to the next level. So